How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So I got some stuff back from CGC. Some pretty good stuff. A lot of runs of like Uncanny X-Men in the, like the 80s, mid 80s, things like that. All this stuff is on my website, collectorscomics.com. We're also taking consignments now. So we have the deadline of July 18th. So if you want to send in stuff for our auction coming up in the first week of August, better send it in sooner than later, I guess. So you still got like a couple weeks to send in your consignments. I already have a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so if you want to do that, all this stuff here is available for sale. This stuff's for sale. This is not the auction stuff. And yeah, so go check it out. All right, first up here, a little bummed about this one. And I'm not sure if I agree with this one at all. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this got married cover, right? But it's also a double cover. And looking at it, it doesn't look like it's a double cover. I mean, sorry, it is a double cover. It doesn't look like it's a married cover. So what it means by a married cover is it's saying that they had the original cover, someone tore off another cover from another comic book and put it on top of this to make a double cover. But everything that I'm seeing lines up with it being the original double cover. So, and it has a big piece missing here. So that's odd to put a double cover like that. First cover is 2.5. The second cover is a 7.5. So in cases of a double cover, it gets the highest one. So this is a 7.5. I don't think it's a double cover, but whatever. Came back higher than I thought. I thought it was a 7.0. Came back 7.5. $17.99. Also, if you guys are wondering what's going on with my, like an update on whatever it's called, with Go Collect and stuff like that, I'll talk about that in a second. Not too much information. Alter Ego, number 7. Technically the second appearance of Black Adam. This book, is pretty rare. So when I get it in, I'd like to showcase it because it's interesting. Came back the great, I thought, $14.99. Like I've said before, Black Adam only appeared one time in Fawcett, Marvel Family number 1. Never appeared again. Obviously, Fawcett and DC had a lawsuit. Fawcett closed its doors. And yeah. And then it took about till like 75 or 6 or something like that until he appeared in DC's line on Comic Shazam 28. But technically, his second appearance. First appearance of the Rhino. That would be 7.0 to 7.5, so got a 7.0. $11.99. And we got first appearance of the Kingpin. Spider-Man 50. Cool cover. I like it, especially for its time. I mean, there wasn't very many covers that were like this. That would be 2.5, got a 3.0, $7.49. In case you're wondering what the other number is past the grade, some people ask, it's the price. Spider-Man 300, first Venom. Number 2 on my top investable comics in the 80s. I did that a week ago. If you haven't checked out that video, I put a lot of time into those videos, so check it out. I'm just joking. $5.49. Dane Whitman becomes Black Knight. This is technically his second appearance. First appearance was the issue before, but this is the more desired one. Also, it's a better looking cover. That'll be 8.5 to 9.0. Got the 8.5, $12.99. Avengers 57. Thought it'd be an 8.0, got an 8.5. So happy there. $13.49. I like it when they click in together, like little Legos. But it's very satisfying. And it actually makes me upset when I can't click it in. All right, Neil Adams classic cover. This is a good cover. This is when, like I've said before in my in videos before, Batman went through this campy phase. Then Carmine Fantino, right? Is that the guy's name? I think so. Infantino. I'm butchering it. I have to see it in front of me to be able to figure out. Carmine, I know that's his first name. Infantino, I believe is his last name. He started with issue like Detective 327. Yeah, it's 327. And he kind of slowly brought Batman away from that campy stuff, like real camp stuff. I'm going to do a video on why he was so campy. But then Neil Adams brought him back to his roots, because the original comics were a lot darker. I mean, Batman even had a gun. So, and Neil Adams slowly brought back his darker roots. But anyways, great cover. Love this cover. I wonder if the original art exists. Anyone know if the original art exists of this? Like, does someone have it in their collection? I'd imagine someone has it. They're not selling it. But I wonder if it does actually, in fact, exist. That'd be 9294, $28.99. Too bad I didn't get that 94. Tisk tisk. Here is another Black Knight. Origin and first appearance of the Black Knight. This is from Atlas. Marvel used to be called Atlas Comics before, and before that they were called Timely. It came back to gray, I thought, but it is missing the centerfold. That's why it has the green label. And that is up for $29.99. I believe a 3.5 didn't sell for like $4 or $5 grand recently. I believe so. Like a Universal, not qualified. Sold for $4 or $5 grand just recent. So the prices on these have stayed steady. They haven't like dropped. BRENDA STARR bondage cover, 1948. Number 18. I thought it'd be 1.5. Got a 1.8. Yeah, it's about the same. They all look about the same at that level. That's so weird to me that they distinguish between a 1.5 and a 1.8. Like they don't go, like think about it. It goes 0.5, 1.0. Well, I mean, technically it goes coverless. 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 1.8, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, blah, 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 all the way up until you get to 9.0. Then you want to distinguish. You don't want to go 9.0, 9.5, 10.0. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does. That's how they do it in cards. But there's so many variations in between that you'd think, 9.0, 9.2, 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, 9.9, 10.0. That helps, right? I think that helps. But what is this 1.8 for? Like, why? Why? Like, nowhere else does it have it. It's just right in the beginning. Oh, we want to do a 1.8 because we want to really figure out between the lowest of the low. Are you a 1.5 or a 1.8? Or maybe a 2.0. We want that in between. Ugh. They should do away with that number. I mean, it's too late now, but why? Like, it makes no sense. It's so weird. It's just so weird. Anyways, whatever I said. What book is this? BRENDA STARR. $22.99. I don't know. These, and very rare, Catman 26. Origin of the Golden Archer. Whoever that is. Anyways, these are very desired, hard to come by. They're like old Captain Americas. When people get them, they don't let go. $29.99. Yeah. Moving over here, but yeah, I guess like an update with the Go Collect. The only reason I'm saying this is because I'm taking down the video probably tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning. I believe is the cutoff. And if you guys don't know what's happening is I had a copyright strike on my account, and YouTube is forcing me to take down a video that basically pointed out a flaw to Go Collect and the way that they do their system. I made a whole video about it. I thought it was pretty fair. Then they decided to copyright strike my video, meaning I have to take it down or my channel gets basically taken from me. YouTube takes it down if I get enough of those strikes. I think it's like 2 or 3 strikes. So I'm like, I don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. So I made another video talking about how they copyright strike me. Very foolish on their part. All they had to do was contact me and we could have worked something out, but they didn't. So that's what's happening. So if you haven't seen that video, I mean, today's pretty much the last day. Then it'll be taken down. If you're interested in watching that video, I might be doing something about it down the road, but for now, I'm just going to let sleeping dogs lie on this one and whatever, move on. Fantasy 4 number 6 came back the grade I thought, $14.99. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you fight it? And because I got a lot of comments on it. And in order to fight it, I talked to YouTube. This is what I have to do. I have to let the strike happen, meaning I don't take it down. Because once I take it down within their week, they gave me a week timeline. Once I take it down, that is admission of guilt. Guilt meaning that I took their copyrighted material and did something with it. The only claim they really have going, a lot of people ask, like, oh, is it because you used the logo or something like that? The only real thing is when I was showing in my video, like, hey, because what it was a Hulk 181 that the information was incorrect. They're saying it sold for X amount, but if you go on actual eBay where it sold, eBay did not say it sold. So they're actually promoting what I call fake, false, not genuine, whatever word you want to use, information, data up there. And so when I was doing that, since I pay for Go Collect, they were able, they claim that I'm showing stuff that's behind a paywall and I'm not allowed to do that. I've done reviews on their product before, favored reviews. Never took that down. They don't take down anyone else's video that shows behind their paywall. None of that stuff. Why? Because this one was negative, so they want to squash that. So this is the only means. And they actually contacted YouTube with probably their legal team or something, and because it's a manual claim, that means it wasn't an algorithm. That means someone at YouTube actually took it down, or striked my video. So people were like, oh, why don't you fight it? If I fight it, this is what YouTube says. I have to let the strike happen, means I have a strike on my account. Then I have to take legal action. I'm not going to win. They have a legal team. They have millions of dollars at their disposal. The owner of Go Collect is started and is the owner of WADA. And they're in cahoots with Heritage, with WADA. There's a whole video about it. Carl Jobst, however you say his name. It was like, it has like millions of views. I was on it for a second and helped him like with some information on that video. But there's a whole thing going on. I was like, there's no way I would win. Little old me, David and Goliath type story. No, thank you. I don't want to get into that. I'll just take the video down. There's nothing I can really do. I'm not going to spend all this money and all this time just to fight one little old video. So it is what it is. So there's no way I can fight it. And I'm not going to try to because it's really not worth it. I'm just going to accept it, admit guilt by taking it down, and then that will be that. Fantastic Four 12. Came back the way I thought. 1029. Always love this cover, so I will always show this when I get this book. And this is when I remember getting this book. In case you guys don't know, my dad was a comic book dealer in the 80s and 90s, and I would work for him, and I'd work trying to get comics. I like this. So that was like a big one for me back in the day, was Fantastic Four. Not only because I collected all Hulk stuff. So wherever Hulk appeared, I would collect. I will say, off the top of my head, since CGC got these new cases where they do like gold and like a black gold up here, I don't know how long they've been doing this, probably a couple of years now, for pedigrees. This is the first pedigree I've ever gotten. I've gotten back in the day, it would say like, Ohio pedigree. This is the Ohio pedigree. I'd just say that and it'd be a normal blue thing. This is the first one. So I actually never seen it up close. It kind of looks pretty good. The gold. It's like a bronze, I guess. Oh, it's kind of cool. It's a little like shiny. That's interesting. Cool. I like the label. You can never tell on pictures, but yeah, it's like, it has like this metallic sheen to it, like this gold bronze area has like a metallic sheen. So it's kind of cool. I like it. Anyways, got the Ohio. What is this? 1999. Here's a cool cover. Love these covers. These are like my jam. I just love like the old Golden Age horror covers. Horrific number 7. Guy getting his head chopped off. Came back great, I thought. $9.99. Here's another book I had as a young child. Hulk number 4. Came back great, I thought as well. $10.49. Most of these just came back pretty good. Like I said, I've said before in other videos, whenever I send moderns, it's always like never comes back the grade I want. It's like all over the place. But when you pay more, because I think these are standard, so there's a crease going through it. These are a higher tier that you have to pay to send it, and they always end up coming pretty much the grade I was hoping for. I mean, once in a while I'll get one that's a little low or one that's a little high, but you know, pretty much like 90% of the time. Sending moderns, it's like 10% of the time it comes back the grade I thought. First appearance of Spider-Man clone. This book has surprisingly gone up in value quite a bit. What are we in here? Are these the moderns? Yep, these are the moderns. Okay, so to go up against, thought it'd be an 8.0, got a 7.0. Like if you looked at all the other ones, pretty much came back exactly what I thought, let alone maybe half a point off or half a grade off. This one, full grade off, 135. Oops. First Black Cat, 5.5. Came back great, I thought. 339. Let's see about this one. All right, here we go. There's another one. Daredevil 131, first Bullseye. What is this? A 6.0? I thought it'd be a 7.0. So full grade off in the bad way. 329. See? Like these are all, like it's not like, oh, maybe it's just like the 9.0s and 9.4s and 9.6s, 9.8s that are off. No, these are literally in the same grade ranges as these. Makes no difference. It's just when you get crappier, lower tier. Oh, you want to hear something super interesting? Super interesting? Well, it's interesting to me. So talking to my dad, I cannot say this about CGC. I can only say this is about CBCS, but I'm pretty sure CGC is the same. You know how much they pay a grader, at least at CBCS, according to my dad? Basically minimum wage. I think it was like $15 an hour or something like that. I don't know what Texas minimum wage is, but in California it's 15. So I don't know what Texas is. So it's $15 an hour, which is minimum wage here. I don't know what it is in Texas. I don't know if Texas is close. But anyways, I think he said it was around $15 an hour. I'm like, you're telling me a grader, which is a specialized profession, right? You have to be specialized. No one could just be a grader, which takes months of training to be a grader. Months. They train you for months. You're telling me you get minimum wage the same as if you know, In-N-Out here. I don't know if you guys have In-N-Out where you're watching it, but In-N-Out is basically like a Five Guys. It's a burger and fries joint. Super popular here. Has that Southern California vibe. They start at $19 an hour. And they only hire within, so you can only get promoted within, so you can't just be as a manager at Carl's Jr. now and be manager. No, you start at the bottom. Everyone starts as a cleaner, then becomes a fry cook, then becomes a cashier, and then you can become manager and stuff like that. They start at $19 an hour here. It's fast food. Starting. And I'm like, that's more than what it takes to grade a comic book. Like, I don't know. I find this insane. Like, this is like, you should be paying these people more because it's such a specialized and unique and very, if you mess up someone's fries at a McDonald's, throw it out. It probably cost McDonald's a penny and then remake fries. This, you drop someone's book, you do something like that, you screwed over potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Like, what? Minimum wage? That's what you pay a starting grader, and then it works up from there depending how many years and how much experience. I'm sure once you become like officialed, right, where they're like, oh, we don't need to train you anymore, they probably bump up your pay. But still, like $15 an hour, that's insane to me. That's like, I don't know what CGC pays. I do know this, that Heritage, I saw an ad for Heritage at their Beverly Hills, which is in California. Again, $15 a minimum wage here. I believe Heritage paid their shipping people $16 or $17 an hour for Beverly Hills, which is a very expensive area. I'm like, basically a couple dollars over minimum wage. I'm like, these people are shipping thousands, if not hundreds, if not millions of dollars. Obviously, the low-end shippers aren't going to ship that stuff, but still thousands of dollars worth in items. What if it's a painting and they drop it? They spill something on it. Like, that to me is insane. Like, you need to pay your employees more when they're handling things that are worth a lot of money, because you don't want just a run-of-the-mill employee. You want like literally a top tier leveled employee. You want someone that's really good, that takes care of the job. If you're just paying someone $15 an hour, they don't care. They won't care. That's why they end up, working at McDonald's. It's like, whatever, I don't really care about the job. I'm just having fun, hanging out with friends. Well, I show up late. Who cares? Because it's like the base level job, the bare minimum job. Like stuff like this, you want to hire quality, good people that take their job seriously. And in order to take their job seriously, like, well, I need to see room to grow. I need to be making more than just the bare minimum. Like, I don't know. That to me is bothersome. Especially since this job is so specialized and you're dealing with things that are so expensive. And this is why the grades are so off. Because you're hiring minimum wage people. Rant over. All right, Daredevil 168. See what you guys... Oh. I thought this would be an 8.5, came back a 7.0. See? See what I'm talking about? When you get to these are standards. Pretty much spot on the whole time. Soon as I move over to moderns, I got one that was spot on, the rest were off. And off in the opposite favor, not in my favor. Why couldn't I have guessed this would be, a 7.0 and came back an 8.5? It is what it is. All right, we got a Todd McFarlane Batman cover. Came back great, I thought. 129. And it has a picture of Oreos on the back. Oreos are one of my favorites. This deliciously nice book that everyone wants. And they just fly right off the shelves. I thought it'd be a 9.4, came back a 9.2. 125. And the thing that sucks about moderns is it makes a huge difference. Like if you're one grade off, you need that 9.8, and then you get a 9.6 or a 9.4. It's like, oh, well, there goes all my margins. This came back, let's see what I said. Well, this one was good. This one was good. I thought it'd be a 9.6, came back a 9.8, so good there. It's only 309 though. If this was a year ago, this thing would be worth like, I don't know, $1,500. All right, we got first appearance Marvel Boy. It was hot for a brief second, not no more. Came back the grade, I thought, $89. Has a cool picture of an English Bulldog on the back. That is pretty much it. Sorry about my rant. But yeah, have a great day.